The time has come.
So what have we learned?
Stars are made of everyday objects. They are smaller than the moon. Ursa Major is a very small bear. It was in like the Arctic. There you go.
Yep, and also, video games are fun sometimes.
Well, that ain't just the fucking motto of this show.
Honestly, 15 years in, we may have finally found it. Video games
What
are
is
fun,
the Bethesda
comma,
version
sometimes.
of Katamari Damacy mean? What is that? What would that be like?
It would be in the Gamebryo engine, and it would be terrible.
Oh no, the king of all cosmos found out about constructed languages. Oh boy.
It's always fun whenever you run into a sci-fi author that was really confident Esperanto is going to be a big deal. I say that. I actually don't know that it's true. The thing I'm thinking of is Harry Harrison, and it's occurring to me he may have just put it in there as basically like an Easter egg. He may have just really liked Esperanto personally. But like all of his books set in space in the future have people speaking Esperanto.
I'm trying to think, like... I'm sure more people do speak Esperanto, but like I wonder what the ratio is of like people who speak Esperanto versus like people who speak Klingon.
I would not bet any money at all that the number of Esperanto speakers is increasing with time.
No, I think they peaked like 50 years ago.
Let's see here.
300 meters. I mean, that's not nearly the radius of the moon, or the diameter, I should say. But I mean, it is much bigger than anything we've done before. We're starting at 1 meter. Oh boy. 25 minutes.
I just now realized
Has
the
he
UI
explicitly mentioned we're making the moon this time? Because, like...
I love that cow
I like
almost
how
hit
it's
you.
warning me every time the cows get into the range. Sorry, you were saying, Chris?
No, I just noticed that the UI makes it look like that it's 300 meters worth of circumference, not diameter, and now that annoys me, and I never noticed it before.
So I'm assuming that this is, not doable.
So what's wild is this is functionally the same level we just did. But just remixed to go from 1 to 300.
Okay, we've got the theme song playing now.
I hope you like it, because this is 25 minutes. You got a half an hour.
I mean, it's a pretty banger fucking theme song, as video game music goes.
Finally, the Daikons. Love them.
They look like
It really is a great theme.
popsicles.
It's hard to think of a theme that summarizes the vibe of a game better with less lyrical content.
Can we get these baby cows? No, not
Almost. Oh yeah.
There's
This
an
is where we will
elephant
grow.
wandering around! Oh.
Can I just say, I don't think we've pointed this out, but it's very charming how when the game loads up and you're picking your save, it's just like somebody a cappella like riffing on this theme the same way you are guaranteed to do it every single time you think about this game.
Sunflower. Come back here, American! No, we can't eat him yet. Come on, where's our expansion? We gotta get bigger. There we go.
Eat those?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Look at the American. Yes.
quite.
No.
Not quite.
Damn it. Let's eat some children.
Remember how this era of Japanese comedy was received very weirdly in the West?
I think we
Yes.
talked about that a little bit in the previous episode, but yeah, I think it's honestly a pretty dark chapter. I like, at the very
Yeah.
least, it's definitely not a high point for cultural literacy online.
I mean, I'm remembering like the G4 videos, and like I think there was a bit at GDC where was it like Jonathan Blow had a rant about JRPGs and Japanese video games?
That's the Phil Fish thing that's misattributed to him.
Oh, Phil Fish,
But-
right? Okay, yeah. I was like, it was one of those early indie guys.
I was talking more about how like you end up with things like Katamari Damacy or Yata or any of the things from this specific era that are clearly intended to be
We got the
comedy.
American.
This is absurdism, no
Right.
matter how you slice it. But it was phrased as, oh, those people in Japan, they're so wacky, in a way that I think not only wouldn't fly now, but really, frankly, shouldn't have flown at the time.
Yeah.
It was a very like short-sighted and strange conviction that what we were looking at was not intended to amuse or be absurd, but was supposed to just be like, okay, this is just normal. This is just normal
Yeah.
for people in Japan. I don't think like, or else like media of this kind should be understood to be their preferred method of enjoying things.
Everyone in Japan is playing Katamari Damacy all the time. It speaks for the culture.
They're playing Katamari Damacy and they're
Yes.
watching Naruto.
Some cop is shooting at us. I think we ate him.
You do imagine like somebody looking at Untitled Goose Game and concluding that Australians / English people are psychopaths.
But that's kind of what the response was to stuff like this at the time.
I will say there was okay. It wasn't specific about the nationalities. I will say that much. But there were people who
Yeah.
were like, is the point of this game just being cruel? I'm like, yeah. The point of this game is being cruel in a really funny way.
This is like the same time when Call of Duty is putting no Russian in. And it's like, do we really have a
This
room
game. This
to
game
talk
is-
there, y'all?
There had to be like five years difference there, I think. Right? Am I crazy?
Yeah, you're
No,
right. I
yeah,
guess
no,
this
you're
thing
not,
came
you're
out
not,
like
you're
yeah, I know.
Katamari Damacy
Still.
released in 2004.
Oh, okay, so not that long.
It's not as far as I thought, actually.
I was thinking
Yeah,
this was
at
like
worst,
2002.
No Russian was 2009.
Was it really that? I thought No Russian was Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 1 came out in like 2006.
But they didn't
I
know it
wanna
was going to
say?
be a hit, so the next Modern Warfare was another World War II one.
I'm
Because
just
they're
used to
annualized.
their fucking... Yeah, I'm used to
We
their
confirm
annual
it.
release schedule now. God, remember the Modern Warfare 2 boycott?
Yeah, it was.
Remember
It
that
was
chapter of absurd history?
I don't know why the boycott was happening. I just saw like,
It was no dedicated servers.
well, which is bad. Sure.
Yeah.
That battle is so lost at this point. It's kind of quaint.
yeah, like there's
It's
almost like
lost.
it's strangely anachronistic, like to us now. That
do we actually need to explain what a
bothered
dedicated
by
server
that.
is at this point?
Yeah, like
We might have to.
I think our
wants to take a
fan
crack
base
at
is
it?
pretty in
Okay.
the know on that for the most part.
For
but-
anyone who doesn't know, if you've never played Team Fortress 2, go play Team Fortress 2. It's like Team Fortress 2. Basically,
Oh, but
the
you can play
dedicated
Team Fortress
servers-
2 without doing dedicated servers now. Like, there's a whole fucking matchmake queue.
Oh, is there really? Oh my god.
Yeah. You haven't played
I'm
TF2
so
in like
old.
5 years, have you?
No, it got bad, so I stopped playing it.
Yeah, there was the bit where
All
they
right.
had bots everywhere for a while. That was
Okay,
not
here,
great.
I'm gonna take a crack at explaining
the
it.
music
Let me
stopped.
see if you can patch over any holes I leave behind here. But it's basically like how it normally works. Like these days, when you're playing a game, is if you want to play a multiplayer game, you just like hit find lobby, or maybe you can filter a few things, and then it finds some people who are playing that they'll like throw you onto that server. And like the number of active servers is dependent on like what the demand is and how many people are playing. Whereas it used to be that like you could create your own servers, you could like find specific servers full of people rather than like directly joining a game a friend is in. And these servers took on
I ran a server for a while actually. And this was like before we even there's also a 20-sided server now that I think about it. This is before I even met any of you guys, and it's like Mumbles and I were playing a bunch of TF2.
Yeah,
And we ended up
it would happen
doing
that
a server.
Yeah, it would happen that there would be specific servers that had a specific culture or vibe, either because they were part of a larger community, or clan, as they would often be called when the like hardcore gameplay was the desired goal. Basically, like clans, I feel like clans don't even really exist all that much in most gaming spheres either.
Not very
But
much.
it was-
They've been kind of people still do like guilds and MMOs. I think that's probably the closest touchstone.
Yeah, if you don't,
To
if you
what a
have
clan
no
was.
if you have no point of reference for what a clan is, but you know what a guild and MMOs are, clans were kind of like the ad hoc predecessor to guilds, except for everything, particularly first-person shooters. And it wasn't like something that was supported directly by the game. It was an external thing people would create.
What is this thing? What did they do? Ah, come back here. At least I can pick up umbrellas now. That's an improvement.
Those trees. I'm telling you, man, get the trees. And then go to the forest.
Is this the forest down here?
No.
Can't see the forest for the trees, so get those motherfuckers.
Can I get up there?
I don't think you can pick those up yet.
Ah, damn it.
But there are the little ones.
Hey, all the palm trees went away.
Anyway, you would have a specific server that would be your go-to server because it had a vibe and it had rules that you gelled well with. Like, so there were some servers that like were for beginners, or at least in theory were for beginners, and then you get people who are coming into those servers specifically because they wanted to play against people who weren't very good. But you got servers that were very intolerant of new players and would just like actively kick or ban anybody who wasn't taking things seriously. I mean, I'm trying to present the bad parts of this along with the good.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of specific servers wouldn't be very good. You can always just do, like, a default official server for most games, but, like, odds are once you got familiar with it and the culture and the landscape, you would specifically try to seek out a server that was, like, your point of call. This is the server I joined.
We're only as big as 3 big turnips. How big? Where are the big turnips?
They're very big. I mean, you're rolling up giant mushrooms.
Yeah. I guess that's a little bit more of a video game staple than big turnips, so I didn't even really question it. We still not get those.
Anyway,
we still can't get those.
The short answer is that this creates problems for the developers, some of which I am aware of, many of which I'm sure I have absolutely no familiarity with whatsoever. And it's not consistent with the models of monetization and gameplay that are most effective for mass-produced games these days.
No,
so they don't really exist anymore.
Bridge! Come on. Up, 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 damn you. I want that bridge back. Ah! No. This
might be a waste of time.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't eat that yet. Damn. Okay. All right, here we go. We're getting buildings now. Not those ones.
But yeah,
go back to
like Red Square was saying, you basically do lose the ability to have a dedicated server, which is what it's called. But what you gain from the developer's perspective is more control over the matchmaking process. The real complaint I think a lot of them had was that it was going to peer-to-peer, and the problem with peer-to-peer is that instead of running it on a big beefy server that's got like a fat T3 or whatever pumped into it, it's now just everybody for themselves on the internet connecting to each other. Basically, it's something that would make the high or the latency sensitive gameplay of Call of Duty suck for like hardcore, sweats.
Oh my god, you've just unlocked like an ancient primal memory in my brain of like back when server lines were called T-number.
I have no memory of that. I
believe you said like at a T3.
One of the reasons I wanted somebody else to go first,
like internet connections.
Everything I just said was like a bunch of stuff that was different about servers in that era. I actually have no idea how much of that technically falls under the heading of dedicated server or not. I feel like a lot of lines get blurred when this is discussed.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, like without dedicated servers, you can't run a server that has mods. But that's kind of the point, is that like Treyarch and Infinity Ward want to be the ones that decide what game modes are available, right? Not you.
Yeah.
And that's part of why everyone got upset.
Yeah, they want to decide what game modes are available. They want to enforce consistent community standards. There's all sorts of things they want to do, and letting people do whatever they want in servers gets in the way of it. Also, and this is not a small thing, but like, you can make a community server with all kinds of shitty modifications.
Oh yeah, like I remember going to modded TF2 servers and they were just absurd. And like usually this is like, it's a bad gameplay experience. Most multiplayer mods, at least in that era, were not good. It's very much a like to your taste kind of thing.
Back in the day when I was playing Left 4 Dead a lot with people, we sort of, everybody went through got the gumption to go through and create a server for a custom campaign, which was a huge, involved, time-consuming process. And then it wasn't like, we did one, which I forget which one this was, but like we had, I don't think we had a very memorable experience with it until we called for the evacuation vehicle, and after the timer it arrived, and for no reason at all it was a hot air balloon. And we just lost our shit. Like that was a pretty all-time memory. Like that was the kind of novelty you were seeking when you go into a modded server.
Assuming everything now. Yep, there we go.
You got the school. Oh, you can't get the. Oh no, you got it.
As big as 736 smokestack.
But yeah, like it's not something that's gone for one reason. It's something that's gone for every reason, actually.
What the fuck? What is that? Is that the other map? No.
It's all the maps.
What's going
We gotta keep going. You're not big enough yet.
No, I mean like there was a thing in the caldera of that volcano.
Yeah, I know. You're not big enough yet. You will be able to pick up pretty much everything.
Airplane! Come back here. Must feed. Jumping Bear Castle. I imagine we're probably not big enough to pick up that legally not Godzilla.
No, I think you have to stick in the city first and then get big enough to move on.
Did you notice, Josh, that when you're underwater, you get scuba gear?
Oh no, That's fantastic.
I really enjoy that they kind of waited until you're this scale to pull out a bunch of weird jokes. Just like, stadium, like, here's a stadium watching stuff. Here's Ultraman battling a kaiju.
The stadium itself is vibrating as we go over it. Smokestacks.
So what size at the distance of the moon would be visible to the naked eye? 300 meters feels like... I mean, it's not moon-sized, obviously, but... it's pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, the moon is several thousand kilometers in...
Yeah,
right, but
so...
I'm not saying pick the moon. I'm saying what is visible.
No, what would be big enough to be visible to the naked eye? I mean, at the distance of the moon, it would have to be bigger than 300 meters. You know, if this was just in like low Earth orbit, like the ISS, you could definitely see a 300-meter object just floating up there. But although it would probably be a thing where like you'd have to know where it was gonna be, you wouldn't just look up and notice it.
Oh my god, that's the level we started on. Are you rolling over?
Wait, what?
That's the level that's where we start. Sorry,
Right
keep
here?
going. No, the other way. Turn around.
This one is
Yeah.
This is the level that we started.
I was
at.
just shocked by how small it's gotten versus.
Yeah.
I think this is maybe the gateway to the next. Super pylon.
I don't know why we even need to roll on the road. I just think it's fun. Tokyo Tower got bigger. Some more pink.
Is that what that's called?
Well, not this one, but like the Eiffel Tower, like replica in Tokyo is Tokyo Tower. Yes, at least I think it is. Like, you got me going like, wait a minute.
No, you're right.
Marine Jumbo Man. Still can't pick up boats. Well, big boats. Ships, I should say. Boats, no problem.
I don't think
Pick
you're
up
gonna
some
be able to get
whirlpools.
these. They're moving. I think you need to go back to the city.
What about you? What is there
We're gonna-
left to get?
We're gonna
in this
fail,
city?
and I don't want to do this for another 25 minutes.
I think we can all agree that if Josh doesn't roll up a moon by himself, then canonically, this game has a bad ending. You can disregard all future entries in the series as non-canonical.
Okay, there's some stuff over there. Ah,
Once you get big enough, you can actually start getting those islands, I think.
I think you get
Yeah.
those islands, the little ones.
I'm not listening to the music,
there we go.
so I'm just playing my own internal
Yeah.
Katamari Damacy track.
Nice.
Katamari Damacy mixtape. Oh, I ate that crane.
Oh, yeah,
It's starting to
here
look
we
a
go.
little moony. No.
This looks like someone
you know.
disastrously made a video game level and made every single structure, like every single 3D model in the game a physics object, and just forgot.
you ever wanted to see, like, what I imagine this experience is like, watch the movie Nope.
I have to say, very totally different, but also a very good movie.
The horror game version of Katamari Damacy. As big as 7 Japanese.
Also, the game
Did we
inside.
even see any Japanese castles?
Oh. At this point, I'm not sure you will.
Bet we can eat these ships now. Well, I guess not that one. We can get these.
No, I think you rocked it.
Did I? No, not quite.
No, okay. It just rocked it in the sense that it is a boat.
Yeah. Something's coming, Anchor Island. What is going on over here? The Oni Rock. What?
Oh.
Oni Island.
You have...
Is that telling me that I can't go any further?
Yeah, I think that's the boundary of the world.
Okay, Oni Island appears to be a reference to Okami. Or else Okami is just the more well-known representation of something that actually exists in reality or myth. So
you can see why just do the rev. Do the rev move.
I'm trying.
Well,
there
we go. There we go. There we go.
All right, there we go. Can I get these? Yeah, all right.
Suspiciously deep water. No,
Cloud.
Clouds yet.
Did Okami predate this game?
I believe so. I'll check. Okami's 2006.
Scallop Island. So no.
Yeah.
okay, there is a mythical island of ogres that exists in Japanese mythology. I have no idea to what extent this would be seen as a representation of that myth versus a reference to Okami. So,
All right, here we go. We got the rocket. I saw an island with a... Oh!
Yeah.
There it is. That's the Japanese castle.
But you can see why I compared it to everything, because the ending here is really everything vibes. With the clouds and the islands and the rainbows.
Alan Watts just starts talking in your ear. Okay, can we...
If they released a new game and they just had an Easter egg where you roll up Bennett body and he starts talking to you until the level's over, I would endorse that strongly.
Oh, yes!
You got whatever was in the mountain.
We got most of the mountain, too.
Is Katamari a kaiju?
Yes, in this level at least.
It is now. Takes so long for us to roll back.
One of the things I do love about this is that the ending level is not very hard. It almost feels like a celebration of the game. Like it's just a big party it's throwing for itself.
Yeah, which it's a really fun party. So great. You can do that as long as the party kicks ass. And plus, you get to end on a high note. Like, the kick of the cosmos being like, yep, Absolutely. Good job.
It is looking more like rock. Yeah, the moon is
Okay,
bigger
no,
than
you
this.
actually didn't get a big enough. I tell a lie. We're still getting reamed.
Cosmologically speaking, making the moon out of stuff from Earth does make sense. That's probably how it formed mostly the first time.
I wonder
You know
if
what
there's
bugs
a
me? Okay,
technological
so
limitation that keeps them from calculating your most common item.
giant
when you have this
impact
many objects.
hypothesis. Yeah, I don't know. Giant impact hypothesis is like, so when the Earth was really young, another planet that they call Theia collided with Earth, mostly sunk into the Earth, and then the ejected material accumulated into the moon. But they talk about it like, oh, Earth was hit, but if like Earth wasn't, it wasn't our Earth until Theia became part of it, right? So wouldn't it be like neither planet is Earth yet? Oh my god. Oh my
At
god.
last, the moon is back in the sky. By the way, do yourself a favor and go to Thea, left parentheses, planet, right parentheses on Wikipedia, and scroll down until you get to the collision animation, because it kicks ass.
Oh yeah. We never found the present.
Yeah. It's just the world, I guess.
It's 1 centimeter taller.
This is also thanks to us, yes. We are the champion, yes.
He's such a fantastic garbage person.
He's such a great asshole. Like, it was a very, like, a very well-reasoned decision not to give the prince any dialogue, because it's kind of
Yes.
just lets you let all of the king's bullshit slide off your back.
The moon looks a bit different.
Yay!
Total objects collected 11,000 categories?
1100. Not 11,000.
Or 1,100, whatever.
I think one of the reasons I wanted to play Katamari Damacy after we spent so much time slogging through Starfield is that, like, it's just, video games are good, you know?
Sometimes.
Like,
Josh, roll it
sometimes you
around.
could just make something weird,
Oh, I
like
can?
with a weirdness and a vibe to it that would
Oh.
not work in any other artistic medium, and it could just bring some joy to people. And, like, there's a lot of things that games are good for, but, like, that's one of them, right?
This is great. I love this credit sequence.
Oh, we're eating countries. Let's get to Europe. That's a bunch of small states.
Probably the most obsolete map as well, if I had to guess.
Yeah, Russia's going to be hard to get. Central America is probably next.
Yeah. New Zealand. cool enough to get Mexico yet.
Southeast Asia, maybe? I feel like we've already done that, though.
Yeah, we're running out of small states to pick up. Oh, here, we'll get the Middle East. Atlantic islands hanging out here.
There's more in Europe, Middle East there, yeah.
Oh no, that's Indian Ocean.
Oh.
Very hard to keep myself oriented now that half the landmass has been absorbed into the moon.
I do love this 80s ballad. That's Canada. I think we just got Canada. And the US.
And Australia. Alright, so the Americas, did we get Brazil? I think the Americas are gone entirely.
Yeah, I think we just need Russia?
Mexico. Mexico was the last American state. I think it's just Russia at this point. I can't find it anymore. Russia and China, maybe.
They got it.
Okay. Is there anything else?
There might be, but it's so far away now we can't see it.
Oh, I see something. At least I think I do. Yeah. El Salvador.
Salved. Man, everybody in El Salvador was just like sweating bullets. Probably hoping, I guess, we didn't roll up El Salvador.
Oh, okay. We Evangelioned everything.
Yeah. That was literally just the ending, too.
Yeah. All right.
I
don't know how.
That's the payoff.
I don't know how you
to
have
all
a
of these
sequel to that involves
weird...
Earth, given we just ate everything.
If I remember correctly, the sequel is about the King of the Cosmos becoming a celebrity.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So is that the sun? Or is that
the sun
moon?
didn't blow up. That's fine. Actually, no, I think that is the moon, because it exists now.
Yeah?
Alright, well, thank you everybody for joining us for Katamari Damacy, a video game about being better than Starfield. It took 20 years, but we finally figured out that this game was all about how Starfield isn't a very good video game.
If they just, like, fucking deleted Starfield and pushed this in their next repro, like, I have a feeling a lot of people would not view this as a downgrade.
It's literally just a bootleg copy of this game.
Yeah, no permission asked for.
No.